thinking about going to the what's it called? The place where you sit and then they'll give you like UV rays. Sunbed, that's it. Sunbed, yeah.
Gynecologist.
Why is that a business that you're going to start up? I mean, good diversification, you know. You've got inspecting and tanning.
That's true.
Could work. Do I sound very spittle?
You sound like you're in a booth somewhere.
Fire in the booth. Is that any better?
Yeah, I definitely made a difference.
I put a spit protector on the mic. I think it looks a bit too bait, doesn't it?
What, with a little spit protector?
Yeah, it's a bit keen. Let's record this one. See if I sound more breathy and
All right, yeah,
and spitty than usual.
Did you see the news?
This is going to be a joke, isn't it? Some sort of shit.
No. Genuinely, did you see the news? I'm not talking about Pope Louis. I'm not talking about the tariffs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the top 50 procurement podcast for 2025.
Oh boy, I did see that news.
You did?
I did indeed.
What was special about it?
We were, what were we, 25th or something like that?
Yes.
Which I'm happy with. It's our first time being nominated for those awards. And what I think was slightly unfair is they did it based on number of episodes. So number of episodes produced.
Well, not strictly true. Not strictly true. That was factored in.
That was one of the things.
Yeah. Episode quality was also factored in.
That's why we were so far down in 25th.
It could be, yeah. And also like frequency of uploads. So not necessarily the number, because there was a couple on there that don't upload anymore, but they were still recommending them. And obviously CIPS are on there just because they're CIPS. But pure play procurement podcast market, and we're on the leaderboard. That's all that matters now.
Yeah.
We've received recognition from this random poll, and onwards and upwards, I'd say.
I think our sort of target because last year we weren't on it, right? So we were sort of, I mean, Football Reference, but we were kind of languishing in the championship. We got promoted. Normally teams get promoted, go straight back down. So now we've got to the Premier League. We've got to try and stay in there next season. And
not do a Luton Town with back-to-back relegations.
Not get a double relegation, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, in 2 years' time, if we're no longer a procurement podcast in the top 50, something's gone drastically wrong.
Well, a lot can happen in 2 years, can't it? And that made me think of I've heard that for the first time ever, the Golden Globes are going to have a category for best podcast.
Oh, really?
So I don't see why we couldn't be nominated for that. If we've got a nomination for this guy's list, then why can't we get in the Golden Globes?
The issue I have with that though is you just get random like people like are famous already, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to start a podcast.
and they get in it because they're famous.
Yeah, and they get like a free, like incredible studio, all the resources that they could ever need. You know, like my nan knew that there's a Loose Woman podcast. What? How does she know that? Do you know what I mean? It's not fair. They just go on the Loose Women on their show, just go, oh, by the way, we've got a podcast. Do you know how hard it was to get my nan to listen to our podcast? And now she wants to listen to Loose Women.
Is that your nan who loves me?
Oh, here we go. I knew as soon as I said the word nan, I was like, this is coming up, isn't it? Yeah, so if this does go out, listeners, if you are hearing this and this has made the cut, Luke 10 had the privilege of meeting a lot of my family members during a family event. And my nan took a particular shining to Luke 10.
Obviously,
yeah, and has since referred to him as a handsome, good-looking young man.
Yeah, that may be the best compliment that I've ever received.
She is blind, but She gets a good sense for these things, you know.
Well, it's sort of like people listening to the podcast. Like they can tell how handsome I am and how strong I am just by hearing my voice. They don't need to see
How
my
strong
face.
you are.
I've just got that kind of voice that people know that I'm strong.
I can't comment on that. I mean, what I think we should do is get our photos up on the website. I think we should unveil ourselves.
Face
I'm thinking
reveal.
Maybe I'll pick a photo of you and you pick a photo of me.
I think I was going to say I don't know what I've sent you, but yeah, people will finally see that I'm the guy on the left and you're the guy on
You're
the right in
definitely
the
not the guy.
podcast art.
Mate, everyone sees the photos and goes, you're the one on the left, but the one on the right doesn't really look like Luke 10.
Yeah, I'm the chiseled one on the left. You're the fat moustache guy on the right.
I'm becoming the fat moustache guy on the right. Yeah, it's been a bit of a transition from left to right.
All you need to do is just shave the beard off, then you got the moustache.
Yeah, that's not a pretty sight. Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Procurement, the only show you need to master the art of procurement.
Let's go.
As always, welcome back to the studio. You're here with me, Luke 1, and also, and more importantly, the upcoming protege, the man with the hot noodle haircut and entourage of women that follow him around 24/7, alongside having refereed over 7 professional football games, Luke 10.
Thank you. What do the women want from me? Have I?
What, the entourage of women?
Yeah.
They're actually just a bunch of upset grandmas.
Yeah. Upset nans.
Upset
After
nans.
And you'll hear the reference for that at the end of this. Well, slightly end/middle of this ep.
Yes. Unless we end up bolting this onto every episode, in which case you'll hear this over and over again.
Nah, I don't think we should do that. I think we should make this the Nan special.
Only Nans. Yeah. That could be the name of the episode.
New channel.
So for the listeners, we got a fan mail. Have you had a chance to read it?
I have, but I think I had a couple beers. I had a couple beers when I read it. So remind me again. I want to hear how good it was.
Do I have to? No, this is really frustrating now because I've just got a covered ground about how my nan called you a handsome, good-looking young man, and now I've got a fan mail to read, which you fully read, that I think is indirectly praising you.
Oh, what a shame!
So stinker of a start. So the person who messaged in hasn't left a name at all, so maybe we'll just come up with a fake name for them. I'm thinking Tanya. Should we go with Tanya?
You mean Lanya?
Lanya. Oh yeah, it has to start with an L, doesn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
So
I'm happy with Lanya.
Or J.
Nah, Lanya.
So Lanya J has been in touch and has said, "Hi there. I'm currently doing my level 4 CIPS and I've recently passed my L4 M1 exam. Yay! Congratulations. I'm clapping, but you can't hear because I've got a noise cancelling thing on. So
congratulations, Lanya.
I feel guilty listening to music when my exams are coming up. So it's been an absolute pleasure listening to your podcast. And I find them very useful as I'm fairly new to the procurement world, brackets 8 months. I have 2 multiple choice exams next week. Wish me luck." We do indeed wish you luck, Lanya. "I've been inspired to try the assignment route after I complete my level 4. That's where it all goes wrong for me. And I know today's topic is actually going into the assignment, so or your latest assignment, so it's kind of fitting. But have you mistakenly led a listener down the assignment route here?
I potentially have, which is brilliant timing for this episode to come out, because I shall aim to unconvince them, because a little insight into this assignment. I didn't particularly enjoy it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so, well, yeah, as we say, look, Lanya, congratulations for passing L4M1. Thank you for choosing to listen to us instead of music when your exams are coming up. That's great news for us, obviously. We love having listeners. And let us know how you're feeling about procurement in general. Obviously, 8 months in is relatively new in your career, so in your procurement career, I should say. And yeah, we'd love to hear how you're finding it. I'm guessing by the fact you've already done an exam, you could be a little rising star here. You're someone who
Ooh.
is going to go on and smash it. So yeah, let us know. We'd love to hear updates.
If their name is Luke, we could get him in the academy, couldn't we?
Well, I was
LTP
thinking
Academy.
that, yeah. If you're a Luke in procurement, there is room for you on a podcast that we are starting called 3 Lukes, 1 Sip. Let's still talk procurement, or let's talk more procurement.
Let's carry on talking procurement.
Yeah, let's talk more procurement. And yeah, that's a spin-off. So we'll see how many spin-offs we can get. Yeah, so obviously best of luck for your exams, and thank you for writing in. Let us know your name next time. And as always, fan mail that we get is available to see on our website. Our website is www.letstalkprocurement.co.uk. That's www.letstalkprocurement.co.uk. Now, to be clear, I could have paid for .com. But I didn't. I could have paid for .buy, B-U-Y, but I didn't, because .co.uk was cheaper.
That's a saving. Have you logged it as a saving?
I have, yeah. There's no budget for this podcast, though, so it doesn't really count. More of a...
It's a cost avoidance.
Yeah. Have you got anything to add to fan mail, listeners, messages, general waffle catch-up?
Yes. We should. You say that every time, hoping I'll say no. We should let everyone know how they can send us fan mail and just love us and tell us how great we are. There's a text us function in the description of every episode, and all you need to do is click the link, type your message, and that will come straight to our DMs. Alternatively, if you would like to DM us in the traditional route, not the ultra traditional route of sending letters to our house, but the traditional route of Instagram, it is let's_talk_procurement on Insta. That's the only social media we have because someone, not saying who, kind of messed up the Twitter. We also have an email address, don't we? We have 2 Lukes, 1 Sip @gmail.com. That's number 2, Luke's plural, the number 1, CIP @gmail.com. Alternatively, you can give us a 5-star review on your platform of choice. It is possible to give us a rating with a different number of stars. However, most things don't go up to 6, so you might as well just give us 5. And my last point on the bulletin was something that I'm going to save for the next bulletin.
For the end of the episode, or the next bulletin?
Next bulletin, next episode, which will probably be an episode before this one because of what we're talking about. So you may have already heard what I was about to say.
And what are we talking about today? I know we touched on it earlier, but let's just remind ourselves.
We are going through the next module, the next assignment in my assignment route to achieving MCIPS status. Okay. And we've decided to record this one. So I submitted on Sunday and it's now Friday. So
what is that accent? Where does that come from?
What are you on about?
You're definitely doing that on purpose. What do you mean Friday? Sunday. Tuesday. Surely you're trolling me here. What's going on?
So I submitted on how do you want me to say it? Sunday.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I submitted on Sunday, and now it's Friday, and we thought it would be good to get my immediate thoughts on the assignment, didn't we?
Well, yeah. Let's get a quick recap on where you are at the moment. So obviously, I think is it three essays you've done now?
I've done 3, and spoiler alert, I have passed 3.
Obviously, we wouldn't be here right now if you hadn't. Although we probably would actually.
Yeah, I think if you fail, you just rewrite them along the same time as doing the other one.
Yeah. So this one we're talking about today is assignment number 4 of 6 or 4 of 7.
It's so there's 6 modules. This is the 4th one, but it's the 4th and 5th module combined. So I have to do 5 essays, and this is the 4th one.
Well, this sounds really easy, to be honest. I can understand why Janya or Lanya is throwing out the exams and going over to assignments.
I am, to be fair, I do think that I am happy with my decision to go with assignments over exams. We did talk about it in the first, maybe once we get to the last one, it would be good to revisit the assumptions that I made in the first episode about module 1 and see if I still think that. I think one of the greatest things for me, even though I said let's do it next episode, I'm going to say something now, is that in theory how much is complete to do an assignment. Like, I have to write 3,000, 6,000, 10,000 words, and then I'm done, relatively. Whereas with an exam, what if I don't remember that in the exam hall? What if I could try and memorize this, I could try and memorize that. There's always more that you can do to get ready for an exam, right?
Well, that's it, yeah, but also you're learning more. You're covering more topics, right?
Yeah, probably true. Although you don't apply it to your organization, so it's sort of like learning for the sake of passing the exam, whereas I'd say this is learning for the sake of applying it to your organization.
I disagree with that, my friend. I semi-agree with that, because you don't apply it in the multiple choice ones. That's why they give you like fake companies and stuff like that. And in the essays, it's a mixture. So some of them they do say, just bit of fun. No, they don't say bit of fun. They just say refer to your organisation or in your organisation. And if they don't refer to it, they're expecting you to do it anyway. But yeah, point taken. You do have to do it a lot more in the essays. So essay number 4 for parts 4 and 5.
Modules 4 and 5, yeah.
Of 6.
Yeah.
Obviously,
indeed.
Could be getting closer now, aren't we? So we're creeping in on this, championship, the title, the CIPS mastery that you're after.
Yeah.
What kind of strategic, high level, really interesting topic did you have?
I had module 4 was category management, and see, I changed my accent there for you. Module 5 was contract management. So those two were combined. And I'll start firing straight away. I kind of feel like the only reason that they were kind of combined in a joint assessment was because they both have the word C, management, in there. Maybe this is an insight into me about to fail, but I've found it really hard to link category management and contract management together. So it was difficult. I found this one the hardest. They give you a little crib sheet to go and start off on each of the assignments. Assignment 1 and 2 were very much, here are the points we want you to address, and here are sub points that you could talk about for each of the points. And it was sort of like answering a lot of smaller questions and linking them all together and applying that to your company.
Yeah.
Whereas assignment 3 was less like that. You had to kind of work out how you do it yourself. It will give you a high level point to address, and then you would have to kind of work out where to go under that. And this one was even more like that. Like it's sort of, as a couple of people on my cohort said, it felt like they just removed the training wheels. Like imagine you don't even know you've got training wheels on and they just take them off. Now you've got to ride the bike.
Oh, and a couple of people on your course said the same thing.
Yeah, that's plagiarized from their wording.
Wow.
So I think we all found it more difficult. One other thing to cover, the previous 3 were all 3,000 word assignments, which I was kind of cutting stuff out not to go over the word limit. You get a 10% variance either side. I was cutting stuff out not to go over, whereas this one, I was adding stuff in to try and get myself up to the word count. And in the end, I think mine was about 5,800 words with the word count requirement of 6,000. So
it just doubled your word count because it's the 2 modules combined, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But as I say, I didn't really. I think category management, you could get a 3,000, 4,000 word assignment out of that, whereas contract management is it's really difficult to write a lot about that. Like in fact, when we did the 2-day study session, a day and a half was spent on category management, a couple of hours are spent on contract management, and then an hour was spent on the assignment. So there, even from CIPS's teaching, I mean, maybe it was just what the tutor chose to focus on, but there was a heavy bias towards category management, which made sense when I came to write it. That
you spent more.
I found it a lot easier to write about category management and those kind of models that fit with that than I did to write about contract management.
See, I find that interesting because, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't do much category management, right? Have you done it previously?
I have worked when I first started my procurement career, and I was, before I'd taken off as a world famous podcaster, I was working in public sector in England and in the UK, and I believe it's something like government organisations I don't know if they're required, but they're recommended to be in a category management kind of structure. So I did know what it was. I felt bad for the people that had never experienced a category management structure. I think that would have really hampered the assignment. However, the company I work for now doesn't work in a category management structure. All of obviously this whole kind of program is about us applying it back to your organization. The way that the kind of the questions or the points were worded was sort of like tell us how category management would benefit your organization. So I basically had to write the whole assignment, and then at the end in the recommendations go, I don't really think category management's right for my company, and here's why. Which we'll see if they accept that. But yeah, it was kind of weird about writing, here's all the benefits of category management and here is what it can do.
Yeah.
And then going, actually, you know what, fuck that off. We don't want to do category management.
Really work for us, yeah.
Exactly,
it's great.
yeah.
It's all great, yeah. All the benefits of it, and then just but not for us.
Yeah.
That's not great, is it? But then I would have said the contract management side of things, you probably do have more experience than other people at this level of their career.
Potentially, I think it's dependent on your company, right? It's almost makes it a bit easier, although it's weird to say if your company is kind of not perfect in something. So say for example category management, I think my company has got a few recommendations that it could give me to write about, so I was able to put in a few recommendations about we could do this and we could do that. Whereas if my company was like, 10 out of 10, doing everything that was, best practice contract management to the maximum. I suppose in theory you could probably lie and say, actually, we don't, in my company, we don't do this, which we should. But it definitely, reading the kind of the things about, oh, here's best practice contract management, XYZ.
Yeah.
If we do all of them, it's more difficult to write about what we could do to improve, right?
I would think like, if you've got good practices in place, it's probably about how do you get people to adhere to it more, how do you check your progress against it, and stuff like that's kind of like a good suggested improvement, right? To get better at monitoring it and all that crap. Obviously, you would never lie on it because the CIPS code of conduct says that you're honest and integral. You act with integrity. Yeah.
Yeah, I said you could lie. I didn't say I did lie.
No, yeah, I wouldn't have you down as a liar.
No. I've only told one lie in my whole life, and that's that I've only told one lie in my whole life. Yeah. Think about it. That one's a thinker.
Good lie to pick.
There was a couple of so the way it's structured. Sorry, I know we're jumping about a bit, but the way the kind of it's called a crib sheet, which basically tells you how to write it. The way it's structured is it has a certain number of, say, like first level topics, and then underneath that it's got subtopics that give you a bit more information. Yeah. One of the first level topics for this was basically saying, give us some tools and techniques to map direct and indirect spend. So because there's 6 of them and this is a 6,000 word assignment, I was trying to write about 900 to 1,000 words for each of those first level bullet points. Obviously you've got to add into the word count your exec summary, intro, conclusions, recommendations. But yeah, if you kind of aim for 1,000 words for each of those 6 bullet points, then you probably wouldn't be far off. And I found that one in particular really hard to. I think I only wrote about 600 words on that in the end. Yeah. But I think it's sort of stuff like that which is kind of like made it more difficult. It didn't feel like there was a lot of content out there for me to use to write. How do you say, all right, direct is going into the end product and indirect isn't? Okay, I've addressed it. What else do you want me to say?
I know what you mean, but I wouldn't necessarily say that each topic is equally weighted, unless they literally call out that they're equally weighted in terms of input.
Well, go on, sorry, you finish.
I was saying, but even if I don't know, let's say it's out of 50 marks and you've got 5 points and each one's worth 10 marks, but you've got a word limit of 1,000, that doesn't mean you need 200 words for each one, because you might be able to cover 1 point in 100 and then the next in 300. They might not. They're obviously not looking for perfect balance in your word count, I'd say.
Yeah. So it doesn't break it down that specifically. That's just my assumption of it. So I suppose in theory you could do that. It did say on one of the guidance documents somewhere that you should try and write an equal amount for each of those bullet points. Okay. And if not, then you should address why you can't do that. I did that for the second assignment, and then one of the bits of feedback I got was you haven't written the same amount for each bullet point. So it was kind of like maybe that just called attention to it, because I did that for the third assignment. Yeah. I didn't call it out and nothing got said about it. So maybe just don't. I don't know.
I can't imagine that the examiner, when they open it, goes, let me just do a quick word count of each of the different sections.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for you listeners, we've got a write treat lined up. Do need to book in the recording day, but one of my tutors has volunteered their time, and that lady, Jo, has a wealth of experience in CIPS, CIPS teaching, CIPS marking, the way CIPS works. So it'd be good to get insight from her on things like that and kind of understand where she's coming from. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a great episode.
Lovely. Shouting out a future or maybe previous episode.
Yes.
So yeah, as I was saying, I found it difficult to come up with enough words for certain points. Like, for example, there's one of the level 1 points that says differentiate between contract administration and contract management in the context of category management. So yeah, so what I did was just listed what's contract admin, what's contract management, and then somehow had to, I think I said to you, in fact, didn't I? I said, I feel like I'm just writing about stuff and then putting a singular sentence at the end saying something about some random sentence with the word category management in it, trying to relate it back to contract management.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I think in general, like thinking of my like written exams and essays, you would probably say some sort of theory that relates to the question, and then you normally just have 1 or 2 sentences afterwards that literally just relate it to a working example or an industry. So you just kind of you put a sentence that says, oh, in my industry we would category manage by, I don't know, IT product as an example, and then you elaborate on it a little bit. But yeah, you would never go in like too deep into it. So where it refers to, in category management, that probably is 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah. So those are my kind of thoughts on it, and I think that if there's any assignment that I've written so far that's likely to fail, it's going to be this one.
Wow.
So I can't remember exactly when the results come out. I'm assuming 6 weeks plus.
Minimum. They take about 2 years to bloody give a result, don't they?
Feels like it, yeah. When is that? End of June, and it's now start of May. So yeah.
I mean, by the time we get it in our queue and out the door.
Yeah, I think we should bolt the results onto the end of this. It'll be funny seeing me fail. So
I'd rather make a whole episode of that, to be honest, if that's the day that it all goes wrong. Because we're then probably gonna have to have episodes about maybe counselling. Like, I'll give you some kind of therapy for dealing with the trauma.
Yeah.
Bit of a, I don't know. You might be too young. Do you know Rocky Balboa?
Yes.
That kind of, you've been knocked down, but we're going to get you back up, and then we're going to go for a run.
It's not about if you get knocked down. It's about if you get knocked down and you can be asked to get back up again. Is that the phrase?
If you can be asked, yeah, that's it. Yeah, spot on.
Nice, cool.
Yeah, so we can. I've had those ideas kind of in the bank for a while, but you've surpassed expectations so far. So,
yeah. This one, I don't know what it was. I mean, I think, to be fair, I was. What probably didn't help was I was quite tired on the day that I did submit this. I left it to the last day.
Classic.
Sunday, may or may not have gone for a few beers on the Saturday, and then was a bit sick of the assignment on Sunday. So I just thought, it is what it is. I'm going to submit the assignment and just get it over with. I mean, I think I did put a decent assignment together. Like, I've not, I wouldn't be shocked if it was a pass. I'm trying to think what I'd be more surprised by, a pass or a fail. Probably 50-50, honestly.
Amazing. So, look, let's give the listeners something to, obviously they've got a little bit insight there to kind of your feelings on this. What was there any kind of wisdom that you've taken from the essay, kind of things that you've written down where you think, maybe you can just give some insights to the listeners? So, you mentioned the difference between indirect and direct spend, but do you want to cover, like, I don't know, the difference between contract admin and contract management, or just, I don't know, just some high level stuff, really. Like, sweating it. I can see the sweat just started dripping off you. Have you learned this? I'm
thinking what's going to be good to talk about. To be fair, while we were talking about it, I realised that we haven't actually done an episode on contract management. On category management. So maybe we should maybe we should talk about it. In that, one of the things that I don't know about enjoyed, but I got annoyed about at first, but then once I got into it, it was okay, was I had to come up with innovative measures. So that was, where is it on my...
Oh yeah, sorry, it did actually ask for innovative measures, didn't it?
It asked for innovative measures to improve the supply chain. So it kind of gave you a bit of license to kind of think about what might work in your organization. And the way that I kind of addressed it was I added a few things about how could we improve the reputation of procurement, how could we make it quicker so we're not blocking as many people, and how can the company generate more revenue. My assumption is that CIPS like that sort of stuff, because the strategy, the second assignment, the one that was quite strategy heavy, I scored quite well in, and I wrote quite a bit in there about we could do this to improve revenue, we could do this to save the company money. So my assumption on that is maybe they like that sort of stuff. Maybe that impresses them and thinks he's got a rounded view of the company and a rounded view of business in general, so we'll give him good marks. I think for some people now I'm getting sick of the assignment, so I'm going to move on. Some people might be wondering whether we're friends outside of work, outside of podcast work, and yeah, I'd say that we're mates. We might even be best mates, you know.
Oh,
we might even be best buddies.
Is there a catch to this that's coming out, or is that just like a random nice moment from you?
I heard that best buddies have to pay each other's mortgage. Wait, do you have a house?
Oh yeah, that works. That works.
Maybe
that
not.
Works good. Yeah, no, you know, I don't introduce everyone to my nan, so
yeah,
that's a big boundary.
But listeners, you can be introduced to Luke 1's nan. We do have a donations page, don't we? What's it called? Buy me a pint, buy me a coffee, buy me a Bovril, buy me a coffee. I believe that's also in the description of the podcast. So yeah, have a look. It's probably on our website as well. Have a look on there as well.
We're not whoring out contact with my nan, by the way. That is absolutely not happening.
I reckon £3 or $3 maybe for a meet and greet with a nan. Yeah, how long are we saying? $3 is 10 minutes with your nan. I
can't believe what I'm hearing here. This is outrageous. How have we gone from assignment to selling to nan? For $3.
No, I'm sorry, nan. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, you should.
Stay in our good books. Right. Well, we'll probably transition in about 5 seconds your time to me getting my results. But that'll be about 6 to 8 weeks in our real life time. So, you know, maybe I would become a different person by then. Maybe I'll have a different voice. Maybe I'll have a different name. Maybe I'll have a different haircut. In fact, I will have a different haircut because that's how humans work. They tend to grow. Biology podcast starting soon. And so, yeah, hope you enjoy the next part as well. And I'll see you in a second.
Well, I hope you enjoy it, mate. Good luck.
I hope I enjoy it too. So, Luke 1 is unavailable today due to illness reasons.
I don't think.
What do they say when a footballer's got a fake injury? They say he's got an elbow injury or something. That was a FIFA thing, wasn't it?
You got a different. Yeah, it could be. He's
out with a bruised elbow.
Yes.
So I've got my my dad to step in to do the recording, and I'm nervous for these results, so I wanted a strong figure beside me to protect and
put an arm around your shoulder.
Yeah. When I fail, then you'll be there to take the piss out of me and comfort me.
Exactly, with love and support as always. But yeah, I have every faith that you're going to pass this, smash it out of the park.
What's your I don't. So I've done what, 3 modules now. I've got 3. I've done 3. I've got 51%, 62%, and 55%. And I think this is probably the worst one, or the one I'm least confident in so far. So what's your prediction?
I'd say I've got every faith that you'll pass this with flying colours.
Okay, good. Well, let's get into it.
So how do you want to start this then?
So we will have already done
Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Procurement. With me.
What Luke number are you going to be?
We're doing this now. I'm going to be Luke 3.0. Luke T 3.0. I've travelled back from the future of the wasteland that is taken over by procurement professionals, where nothing gets delivered because everyone's procrastinating too much.
Yeah, prop blocking.
Yes,
yeah.
Everyone's a prop blocker. No one's making decisions.
The world's ended because everyone's prop blocked.
Exactly, but I do have a procurement-related joke that I just found for you, and I know you like to do the jokes, but my joke is, an employer says the person who gets this job needs to be responsible. You heard this one? So the guy puts his hand up and says, that sounds like me. In my last job as in the procurement department, every time there was a problem, everyone said I was responsible.
There we go. Right, good start. We're off to a good start. So we would have done a recording to talk about the content of the assignment.
I was going to ask you about that.
But as a reminder, this is module 4 and 5, contract management and category management, other way around, but yeah. So the essay was 6k words, and I haven't started on my 10k one, my last one yet, but so far this is the one I feel least confident on. So I'm just getting my excuses early.
Okay, and this is the one you've done the most writing for?
Yeah, so far.
Right, and the others were?
The others were 3k.
Okay, so it's double, obviously.
Yeah, good
Okay.
maths. Quick maths.
Quick math. Okay, so the assignment itself, can you say too much about what they was asking you to do? How it was set out? Was it in different questions? Was it one question?
I think the listeners would have just heard that detail because we would have recorded it in the previous one. We did one straight after I submitted.
When it was fresh.
All my complaints were fresh in the memory. But yeah, I'm just trying to get my excuses in that I think this is the most likely
to
fail.
Not to have passed.
Yeah.
To have passed yet.
And this one is probably one of the most important as well, because if I have to resubmit this one, I think it might delay my start for the last module, which would be annoying.
Yes, wouldn't be the best, would it? So hopefully you would have passed. So if you didn't pass, when can you take this again?
I don't know that, to be honest. I don't know if you can resubmit it straight away or if there has to be
a new question or something, I'd assume.
Yeah, I think the questions are the same, but I guess you get recommendations about how to improve it, right?
Yeah, I suppose there's areas you could increase or look at further, perhaps, isn't there? Okay, so do you want to go straight into the results, or
should we do it? Yeah. So I'm handing the screen over. I might have to log in first. I can feel the tension.
Did you have to give your password details over to Luke 1 to do this before?
Yes, I've given access to all my bank accounts as well.
Is that mother's maiden name in there? What are those 3 digits on the back of your card again?
Right.
Right, okay.
So there should be a results section somewhere. I'm going to look away now.
Right, let's find out. Exam. Right, here we go.
I think there's an exam.
My exam results.
Results section.
Exam and results. Let's click on view all.
I'm not looking at the beautiful day outside, but I feel quite tense. So we got ones going back to September last year or November last year.
February last year, May last year. It says pending for the top one. I'm in the wrong
It
place.
should say contract and category management.
It says,
Category management and contract management.
okay, so
It's like
did you submit in early May?
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd or 4th of May, yeah.
Okay, so according to this, let's have a look at the heading. Status, it says released. So yeah, do you want me to tell you what you've got?
Yeah, build it up in a dramatic
What is the pass mark?
50%.
Ah.
Oh no.
So according to this, you got 55%.
Did I really?
Yeah, look at that.
That is the right one.
Yeah,
Category
look.
management and contract.
Submitted
Yes.
on the 4th of May.
55%.
Star Wars Day.
I'm happy with that. Relief.
Did you use the Force?
Or maybe I did. Relief has washed over me.
Excellent, that's fantastic news. So all
think I
those
might need to-
caveats you were getting in earlier.
Yeah, all the excuses. I didn't really mean them anyway. I knew I was going to pass.
Yeah, it was never in doubt, was it?
I think you might have to send me a access code to see the performance report.
That's good news. That is definitely the right one, isn't it?
I hope so. I did get 55% on the last one. Contract and category management in procurement and supply.
Pass.
Application, evaluation, knowledge, structure, pass on all of them. What do they say is my strengths? Neat and detailed contents pages.
That's always a good start. That always sets the tone, though, doesn't it?
I think
Summary captures a high-level overview of the report content. To strengthen this, you should concisely summarise the key findings and highlight the recommendations.
That is one thing they say about me, to be fair. I'm concise. I'm always to the point.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's positive, isn't it? You provide a satisfactory introduction which includes relevant information on your organisation and offers a clear description of X company structure, procurement environment and client base.
Nice.
Very good.
That's just because I've copied and pasted it from a previous... I don't think I did exactly, but it's mostly the same.
Obviously enhanced.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just copied the manuals from the work in your departments. Okay.
The strategy.
Yeah. Section 1, detailed, well considered. Category management could be introduced in X company. You demonstrate good awareness of stakeholders' dynamics through the use of Mendelow's matrix.
That's your favourite one, isn't it?
It is.
Mendelow's
That's what
matrix.
I often bring into my day-to-day life as well. Do you want to give a quick summary on that? Just for the listeners so they can remember.
The model... While this section references the CIPS category management cycle, the model itself is not included or explained. This is a missed opportunity to frame the discussion.
Okay.
So yeah, that's...
Yeah, the CIPS category cycle, management cycle.
Section is heavily descriptive in places and limited critical evaluation. I thought, to be honest, I'm a bit surprised by that because I think most of me in this assignment is saying category management wouldn't work for my company.
Okay, so you have been critical.
Maybe that's just talking about section 1.
Mm-hmm. There he goes on to say section 2 provides a practical and realistic view of how sourcing is carried out in the current employer, including how sectors alignment supports stakeholder engagement and allows flexibility between conventional and strategic approaches. Okay.
There's a few specific models referenced. Internal challenges. Does it say any... Sometimes in there it will be quite harsh and it will say, you didn't do this, you need to do that.
Mm-hmm. This is quite a good sentence. So it shows a good grasp of organisational realities and risk to deliveries. That's positive, isn't it?
Yeah, happy with that.
Section 3, mapping direct and indirect expenditure, provides a clear explanation of the differences between direct and indirect spend, which demonstrates an understanding. Okay, so you should have done a bit more about comparing tools used to map and analyse direct and indirect spends.
I thought they would say that, to be honest, because it said specifically compare the tools, and I probably just put one sentence in because I had to, but I didn't really go in depth about it because I didn't know how.
Okay, so you didn't, yeah. Okay. So maybe could have got extra marks there.
Yeah. A wide range of innovation opportunities as well. There's a few of my suggestions that I've put in.
Mm-hmm. Then a bit more exploration. Barriers to implementation, such as digital readiness, cultural resistance, or cost of investment. Okay.
Yeah, very true. Us procurement people like to be quite tight with the funds, don't we?
The spends. Okay, section 5, clear distinction between administrative and strategic aspects of contract management using helpful table to differentiate tasks. So yeah, from my experience of doing similar, not procurement, but other related exams, they do say sometimes if you know a table, it makes things easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Use less words as well.
Yeah, although on this I was under you have 10% either side, and I was in the 10%, but I was under 6k, so.
Section 6, categories of risk, financial, reputational, operational and cyber. Links well to the internal operating environment, particularly the public and defence sectors. Okay, that's very good as well.
Yeah, I found this quite hard to link the two. I think you can see a difference in what it talks about in the feedback. It says the top few sections about category management, and then the bottom sections about contract management, which, although they sound like similar terms, actually quite different in what it means. So my whole feeling for this assignment was I didn't really get why they were linked. Maybe if I could have thought of a link or found how they would be linked better, then I could have got a higher mark. But
I'll explain the differences perhaps.
Yeah.
Risk matrix and mitigation table are helpful. Could have gone further and analysed the effectiveness of the current risk controls.
Right, areas for improvement. That wasn't the areas for improvement.
That was the general feedback. That was fairly positive, and there's obviously areas you know where your weaknesses were, I guess. Knowing that, is there anything you would have done differently, perhaps?
I had more space, didn't I? I had what's about 600 plus extra words that I could have used, so I probably should have done more detailed analysis and linked things, compared things a bit better. I think that's kind of like, if you don't know what to write about, if in doubt, then compare it out, or whatever what the phrase should be.
Yes, yeah, good point. Okay, areas of improvement, application.
Consider making the report more practical by demonstrating your ability to apply relevant tools, models and theories. Okay.
Yeah, just covered above, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bring in more external research. Yeah, fair. Although I don't know if there was that much external research on contract management specifically. Recommendations should focus more specifically on category management and how they provide added value initiatives. Well, my recommendation summary was basically we shouldn't do category management. So
okay, well, there's a clear recommendation there then. Did you explain why? Did you feel
I think so. I haven't reread it for a while, but I can see why. I think that's why I felt it was difficult, because I didn't think that the way category management is like a way of structuring your procurement team, right? So I said that way structuring the procurement team wouldn't really work for my company. So I think that's why I found this assignment quite difficult.
Okay.
Evaluation, they said, summarise key findings from the models and highlight how you will apply this information to drive future decisions. Yeah, that's similar to what they said above, isn't it?
Your report is well informed, heavily on explanation in places, more critical evaluation of current practices versus proposed improvements with strength of the analysis. Okay, we've already touched on that, and you said earlier.
Knowledge and approach, their recommendations were to show broader awareness of category management tools and models, and include a wider range of quotes and references from both internal and external research. One of the things they did say in the previous thing was that I could have done some primary research, like survey or questionnaire or something. But then they want me to do that for my my next module, my final one. So I was a bit hesitant to like spam everyone with surveys and say, what do you think about this, that? But I suppose, maybe it could just be something as simple as just like asking one person, and you could call it an interview.
Yeah, good idea. Obviously, as you say, you were taking it into the next
Yeah.
assignment, weren't you?
Additionally, use quantitative data from these sources to provide deeper insights. Their thoughts on structure and presentation. Give each figure a figure number. That's kind of basic. I should have done that, shouldn't I?
And a brief title. Had the word space, I guess, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Then again, at the start, it did compliment you on the on how you set it out.
On my contents page.
Yeah.
My auto-formatted Microsoft. When you just click make this a contents list.
Yes.
That was good.
Yeah. The second point is obviously a schoolboy error, school kid error. Number all pages include your CIP number on each page. Come on, Luke. You're doing this. Come on, that's procurement CIPS 101.
That's what they taught us in the first lesson. How to number your pages.
Don't talk about CIPS.
We've got 2 rules in CIPS Club.
Number each page. And don't talk about it.
It'd probably be the opposite for CIPS. I guess I'd want you to talk about it and get them some extra cash. Use a reference numbering system to identify the source in text which relates to the full reference at the end of the task. I don't really understand what that means.
Okay, so yeah, this is where you're referencing information you've read, I think, isn't it? And then you use you kind of.
Oh, so if
bookmark
I've just said it's
Quoted
from
something, yeah.
It's from Mendelow's essay, which was 12 pages long. I haven't said which page or which paragraph specifically I'm taking that information from.
Yeah, I guess that's taking it. Yeah, I think they're just saying where you're citing stuff. You quote your sources. So yeah, but there is you can do that via Word, can't you?
Yeah. And then last one was use a wider range of tables and diagrams to present your analysis. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Reasonably fair.
Good stuff. Take into the big one you're doing next.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's very positive, isn't it? And it's obviously great to get that pass.
Well, it's a pass. That's what matters.
Pass is a pass, isn't it?
So what have I had so far? Then I've had a 51% was the first one, then 62, then 2 55s. So yeah, reasonably consistent.
Yeah. Okay. So what's to get into the merit? Do you have to be over 60? I guess.
I assume so.
Number of courses, don't you? Okay. So if you did particularly well in the next one, potentially you could sneak into the merit section, couldn't you?
Yeah. Although I guess when it comes to the end of it, it's just whether you've passed or not. I think you just have MSIPs, yes or no.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, as long as you've got the pass, that's all that matters. No one's going to ask if you've got a merit or distinction, are they?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank my family, thank my friends, thank all those who've been there to support me, and all those who have not supported me, all those who wanted to see me fail. You've motivated me to get this done so far, and as Gareth Southgate would say, one more. Did he say that? He did say that, didn't he?
One more.
I think that was when we were in the final of the Euros, which we then lost. So maybe I shouldn't.
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. But yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think as you probably said off air earlier, I think your father's a key influence here, and he's obviously
key role model.
Exactly. For your drive and determination, which I think should be highly commended. But very good. Well done. We're on target then. So looking ahead, big one's ahead.
Big one is ahead.
Head down. Big push.
I've got to submit my proposal soon. Well, by the 29th, and today's the 27th. So.
Have you started?
I've got a couple of lines on there. I've got an idea of what I want to do, but that'll be coming out in a future episode.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for stepping in and replacing the other Luke. What did we say you were, Luke? Luke T3PO.
Luke 3.0.
Nice.
The most updated version, the ChatGPT version that's evolving.
Yeah, Luke 3PT.
Like it.
Nice. All right.
I'm available for weddings, christenings, and bar mitzvahs. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll leave you to say see you later then.